Welcome to Vision. I'm so glad you're here today. We have a lot to celebrate, so we're going to start right now. Let's stand and join together and celebrate today.
This is the day that God has made. I will rejoice. This is the time to celebrate. Lift up every voice. Enter this moment as God's own heart. Standing with joy in the truth of who we are. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now.
So good.
This is the day that God has made. I will rejoice. This is the time to celebrate. Lift up every voice. Enter this moment as God's own heart. Standing with joy in the truth of who we are. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life. This is the day that God has made.
Not only did we get graced by our beautiful singers, but do you all recognize that those words and lyrics, well, the lyrics and the melody and the whole song was written by our own James Van Der Merwe. Yay. I am so delighted to be here, and I'm so delighted you're here. And I'm so delighted everyone online is here, because this is what we do. There is just oneness. We are all here, whether in the room or we're watching remotely, but we're here to celebrate. So let's do that. Take those beautiful words of oneness that we just heard, and let's go ahead and start our service with a prayer. There's only one life. Take that in. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. That's where we start. That's where we end. That's what we know. So I know this day is absolutely blessed, because it's already blessed even before it begins, and it never ends. It's just a blessing. We are that living blessing that is God. Know that about yourself. Know that about the person sitting to your right and to your left. Know that about each person in the room or in your home. Know that between us, whether we're online or in the room, and beyond and beyond and beyond. We are one. It is so good. So we surrender to a time today of joy and celebration and oneness. I know that this is the experience that we have, and for that I am so grateful. I release it now, and so it is. Amen. Good heavens, how fun is it to pray with all of you. I so welcome you. If you are here for the very first time, we are extra thrilled. If you're watching for the very first time, we're extra thrilled. And we have things that we do here that celebrate each other. We have a lot of things to celebrate today, don't we? Like Father's Day. Yes? Fathers in the room, do you want to go ahead and stand up now? Why not? Yes? Yay for all of you. Wonderful, wonderful. And we're celebrating Juneteenth. Yay! Celebrating freedom, because as we know, until we're all free, none of us are free. Yes? So we're all free. We declare that we are free. So we're celebrating. We have, what we do here is we transform lives through practical spirituality. Do you all know that? So when you're out there doing your magic, doing your wonder, being connected with other people, you can tell people, I'm just transforming lives through practical spirituality. And they'll say, what? And then you say, come to Vision, you'll learn more. So we do that. We do that with love in our hearts. So we have a guest packet that we want the guests to receive and take home and enjoy, and everything you need to know, as Reverend Patty always says, is right within the guest packet. She always has one right here, but here it is. So we have a guest packet. Take some home. She is inviting all of us to take some. Take one with you, and maybe you're going to run into someone this week that wants to know more about practical spirituality and everything that goes on here. We have a greeting on the front of the packet. I've been here so many years. Founding member of Vision right here. And I know that magically the words show up behind me, right? You guys ready to say that together? And everybody at home, do what you do, stand up or just repeat. Here we go. Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Love it. Excellent. We have a lot of ways we support you, including things that happen remotely. So one of the things that happens that we just love, love, love is every morning, weekday morning, Reverend Lori Sheets conducts a group called the Coffee Connection. Show up at 8:30, hang out, grab your coffee or your tea, get ready to love, learn, and laugh. That's what we do in those groups. It's just from 8:30 to 9. If you think it's too early for you, we have support people that will call you. We'll call you at 6:30. You can start making your coffee, and then you can be ready to join us at 8:30. We do that. We offer that service. We also offer something called Meet and Greet. Do you guys remember how every Sunday we used to be in the back of the sanctuary and we'd have fellowship, whatever? Well, we started doing it online. So that means if you don't come to service on a particular Sunday, you show up online, we hang out. It's just like being back there, everything except the chocolate cake. But please join the Meet and Greet right after service every Sunday, those of you especially who are distance. All right. I've done the greeting. I've told you about online support. Actually, don't forget to have a practitioner on your speed dial. How many people have called a practitioner this week besides me? Yes, we do that, don't we? We're here for you. We've studied, we've loved, we've done everything we can to be ready to serve you when you are in questioning mode or when you're in celebration mode. So please call your practitioner and get the support that you deserve. All righty. I'm going to look back to the one and only John Kirko, and he's going to tell me if I've forgotten anything important. I have. Let's do prayer requests, shall we? That's one of the other ways we support you, is we have forms here and online support. Fill in a prayer request online even. The practitioners receive those. It's magic. And then we pray with you and for you during the week. And right now in the room, the practitioners are collecting those. They're kept confidential. We just love to support you. So please fill out a prayer request. Thank you. All right. We're now ready to step into our time of meditation, and so we start with our beautiful centering song. We back to our beautiful singers with "God is Breathing Me."
God is breathing me. God is beating my heart. God is breathing me. God is breathing me. God is beating my heart. God is breathing me. God is my breath with every word that I say. God is my life this day. I am breathing God. I am beating God's heart. I am breathing God. I am breathing God. I am beating God's heart. I am breathing God. I am God's breath with every word that I say. I am God's life this day. God is breathing me. God is beating my heart. God is breathing me.
Good morning. My name is Marcus Gilliland. I'm a licensed practitioner here at Vision. Please take these quotations into your heart as we move into the silence and allow the tones of the bowl to bring you into and out of the 5-minute meditation. From Janine Roth: treat yourself as if you already are enough. Eat as if you are enough. See, look, listen as if you are enough, because it's true. And from our founder, Ernest Holmes: we must learn to listen for this voice. Call it conscience, intuition, or what we will. It is there. The memorial candle is burning today for Joan Tweed, friend to Reverend Patty T.K. Ekram, Susie Albin, and Reverend Sam Flynn. Joan made her transition this past Wednesday. Science of Mind teaches us that we move from glory to glory, that we move from one expression of goodness to another expression of goodness, always extending into a greater realization of what it is to be held in the embrace of God. And so we know that that is where Joan is now. Whatever that expression is, we know that it is good, for God is always good. God is nothing but goodness and love and peace and joy. And so we celebrate the life of Joan as she moves on from here to that next greatest yet to be. And I do recognize that there is only one power, there is only one presence, there is only one love, one peace, one joy. That Spirit unfolds effortlessly, unlimited in its capacity to be what it is all the time, to create and to know, always at ease, always relaxed, always in joyful repose. And so I know that that is the truth of me, right here, right now, at this very moment. Every ounce of my being is saturated with God stuff. I am an expression of that one divine presence. As this is the truth for me, I know this is the truth for everyone here in this room right now. I know this is the truth for everyone online, everyone in this neighborhood, everyone in this city, in this county, in this state, all across the planet. And beyond anything that my mind can comprehend, I know that God is full in richness, never diluted, always itself. And I know that that is good. And so I turn my attention to those qualities of God that are rich in expression today: freedom, freedom from oppression of every kind, freedom of expression of every kind, and most importantly, freedom within myself. Freedom to be exactly who I am, and celebrating that freedom within every individual. And celebrating the divine masculine, knowing that divine masculine as love, the love that supports me from within, that celebrates who I am, that love that encourages to be more, to do more, to experience more, to have more joy, more love, more safety, more peace, more camaraderie, more family, without limit. I know that this divine masculine expresses his wisdom, wisdom that sees and knows and loves without forcing, without coercing, but only supporting. And so I know that that love and that wisdom and that freedom flows freely here today. I know that it flows freely through Reverend Sam as he gives his word. I know that it flows freely through Joe as he sings his songs, through the musicians, through the volunteers, through every congregant here and online. There is no limit to what God can achieve. And so I know an openness, a freedom of expression through all of us, making this world better for each one of us. This is so good. And I give great thanks that I don't have to force any of this to happen. It is just the natural law of spirit in action. And in that joy and in that gratefulness, I just simply release these words into the infinite law of mind that knows my heart, knows my mind, knows all of these words spoken even before I said anything, and makes manifest the goodness of itself for us to receive and to share. And so I do release, I let it go, I let it be, and so it is. Amen.
Our soloist today is someone that you all know and love, and if you don't know him yet, you already love him. And he's the writer of the finest dad songs you ever heard, and he's was producer of Folky Monkey for many years here, and you can find out what he's doing and where he is at joerathburn.com. So please welcome Joe Rathburn.
Thank you, Mark. Well, hi, everybody. Missed you. And hi online. Wouldn't be Father's Day if we didn't start it out right with a good old dad joke. Right? And I just happened, sent a survey out to people I know around the world. And I got this one from Sean O'Malley, and from Dublin, Ireland, and he says, I'm going to read it like he would say it. He says, why can there only be 239 beans in a pot of Irish stew? There can only be 239 beans in a pot of Irish stew. You know why? Because if there was one more, it'd be too farty. All right, you guys ready?
Too farty.
1,
Farty
2,
too.
1, 2, 3. Some are light, some are heavy. Some drive Ford, some swear by Chevy. Some are brilliant, some just smart. They all hold a special place in our heart. Doctors, lawyers, farmers, framers, glazers, grocers, Mayan tamers, teaching school or driving bus, whatever they do it for us. 'Cause they're dads all over this world, bringing up boys, bringing up girls, hard as nails, soft as butter. When the question's tough, it's ask your mother. Dads, naughty and nice, offering up their sage advice. Stand up straight and do your best, make me prouder than all the rest of those dads. Some are cool, some are nerdy. Some stay clean while some get dirty. Some show love, some can't show it. But they do enough that somehow we know it. Helping out their sons and daughters, guiding them over troubled waters. If they fall, they're still supermen in our eyes, that's all. They're dads all over this world, bringing up boys, bringing up girls, hard as nails, soft as butter. When the question's tough, it's ask your mother. Dads, naughty or nice, offering up their sage advice. Stand up straight, do your best, make me prouder than all the rest. You say you and your daddy never did get along, but your mom couldn't make you by herself. So let's just sing this song to the rest of those dads. Well, this old world can sure get crazy. Black and white's gotten awfully hazy. What is tough can get tougher. More slings and arrows we must suffer. It's up to you, young men in waiting. If fatherhood you're contemplating, save the planet, beat the drum, teach peace and love upon becoming. 1, 2, 3. Dads. That's right. Give it up for those dads we all have. Dads, those crazy dads, hard-working dads, old softy dads, lawn mowing dads, gone fishing dads, beer drinking dads, philosopher,
dads,
smart thinking,
dads,
sports shouting,
dads,
mom loving.
dads,
Pull my finger.
Dad.
I'm talking about dad. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh. 240, huh? Be 240 if you had 240 beans in the pot of beans. All right. Thank you, Joe. By the way, I hang out with Joe Rathburn a lot. Come down. I live downtown now. Come down with yourself before every Padres game. That man plays at the Tin Fish. So just come down and hang out with me. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, it'll be fun. Good stuff. All right. So, by the way, my name is Billy Francis. I am not Reverend Patty, and you're going to walk away and go, is that Reverend Patty? No. I've tried, but I can't do her. So I'm going to do me. What a concept. Yay! So we do have a treat today, and that is our beloved Reverend Sam is going to come speak with us. Sam has actually been with Vision since 2012, and he's homegrown in some ways, and his ordination as a minister took place in 2014. So I asked him, Sam, what do you most enjoy about being a minister? And he said, I get to serve the world, knowing a divine call for life is the center of all things. Now that speaks absolutely of his heart, of his consciousness, of his intention to do good. And he added, living this on the ground and with others is the fun part of life. And that's what I know about Reverend Sam. Beautiful heart, wonderful consciousness, and a huggable, delightful, I almost want to say cherub-like presence who loves to have fun. How many of you know Sam is fun? Yes, yes. So if you haven't been around Sam, you must do that. If nothing else, is just to hear him laugh and giggle and play. So we have this beautiful combination then of an intention to be highly spiritual and to be in this world and have a good time. Yay, Reverend Sam. Please help me welcome our guest presenter today, Reverend Sam Flynn. Yay.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Well, I don't know if I'll be doing any giggling this morning or not, but I might, who knows? Because I do giggle a lot. I do that a lot at home. So I so have had so much fun this morning, because it has been fun here. That's really good. We have a lot to talk about, but first I want to tell you a little bit about Billy, because I have known Billy for a long time. We have been spiritual buds for a long time. I don't know how many years, but we go way back. Billy was one of my teachers in one of the early classes. I don't even remember which one. It might have been Foundations. It might have been Prac class. I don't know which, but she's been my teacher. I've been one of her teachers. We've been in workshops together. I've been her counselor. She's been my counselor. And I just want to tell you that that's kind of how it goes on these spiritual journeys. You know, we get to know each other so well, and that's sort of what I want to talk about today too, because there's some good stuff coming up that I want to tell you about. But that's kind of how it happens. When you do this thing together for a long time, we get to open our hearts with each other, and we get to know that that God lives in each one of us, and we get to learn that we don't always have to use the mic. You know, it's kind of just there. It's just there, and we get to see each other, we get to hear each other, we get to know each other, and we get to find out that it's all love. It's all love that's in there. And we get to find out what is on that road, and we get to find out that even in the hard places, even in the places that are fun and giggly, that there's always God. And so we have a lot to talk about today, because there's a couple of holidays going on, and there's a couple of a lot of good music happening. But I first want to talk about the idea of holidays. You know, Reverend Patty's taking a holiday. Hope you're having a lot of fun, Patty. Hi there. I'm pretty sure you're watching. And holidays are a time that we get to rest. You know, we get to rest the heart. We get to take a break from our regular day. We get to allow ourselves to open up to a new idea about things. You know, we get to stop from that rat race, the wheel and everything. We get to see the world in a different way. We get to open up to God's idea of life. And so when we take those holidays, we get to experience our body in a different way a lot of times because, you know, our heart stops beating so fast. We get to, a lot of times we get to go different places. We get to congratulate ourselves on a job well done. Maybe we've been really busy for a month or two, and we get to say, look what I just did. Look what I just did. Look at that. Or we get to let somebody else say to us, look what you just did, you know? And that's what happens on a holiday. And so that's what we're having right now. We're taking a holiday. And so I just want to remind us, I'll say myself and you and us, to tell each other that. Look what you just did. Look what you just did. Look what that holiday you're just taking. And so it's really important just to take that time and allow some space. Allow some space in our lives. And those a lot of times come with holidays because they're usually planned. You know, we plan for a holiday that comes. Also, times that you're taking on the beach, you know, let's go to the beach and have a holiday. A lot of times we just go somewhere different. That's really important. A lot of times relationships happen differently when you're on a holiday. Maybe you act a little different when you're with your significant other when you're on a holiday, or you act a little different with your kids, or you act a little different with yourself because you're on a holiday. You know, your body rests a little bit more, or maybe you stand up a little straighter, or, you know, whatever it is you might do, just a little different because you're on a holiday. So that's really important. And so another holiday that we're having today that Billy already mentioned is Father's Day. So today is one of those recognizable holidays. It's Father's Day. Everyone around the country, around the world even, is recognizing Father's Day. So people already raised their hands who are fathers, biological fathers. How many have fathers? That's another question we often ask. How many people have fathers? How many are in the role of fathers? A lot of people are playing fathers. How many are chosen fathers? Have chosen fathers? I have a chosen father. My biological father isn't with us anymore. So we honor fathers today, okay? Now we have, in metaphysics, we have a metaphysical father, which is the role of first cause or source or supplier. That's how we honor the role of father in metaphysics. First cause, universal energy or mind, the one, we call it the one. And first cause lives within each of us. So each of us has the role of father within us. So that's symbology. In metaphysics, we have the symbology of father within each one of us. And so with that, each of us have that relationship with father. Always, every day, all the time, every minute. We always have that relationship with father. And so that we say in many different ways. Father is always closer than breathing. We might say it, God is within us. We might say it as we are co-creator with Spirit. So we're first cause in that way, always. And so it's just like having a relationship with our human father. We have a relationship with our metaphysical father. And this is always happening, always growing, always building, or not building. You know, and this is what spiritual practice is all about. So we might be practicing a lot, we might be practicing a little, we might be practicing with someone, we might be practicing by ourselves. It can be happening at any time, but we're always building or practicing that relationship with Father all the time. And so we develop this through what we always call our spiritual journey. And that's something that we do in a community like this. We have that spiritual journey and we practice that relationship with our Father, with the spiritual one, with that first cause. And so when we have a day like Father's Day, we acknowledge that and we say, oh yeah, I remember that. Maybe that's something I can give more attention to. Maybe that's something I'm giving too much attention to. Maybe that's something I can do differently. But we notice it. We take time to notice it. And so this is how we grow, by taking days like this to have Father's Day, to acknowledge, whether it's your metaphysical father, whether it's your physical father, whatever way that you're thinking about that, it's that acknowledgement, that holiday that you're taking, that we take on days like this to notice that. Now, again, thinking of this in the physical form or in the divine form, whichever way you do it, it's important to do that. Now, another big day that Billy mentioned, and this is a new one for us in a federal kind of a way, is Juneteenth. And I love Juneteenth. Juneteenth is it's really exciting to me. It gets my heart going. It almost makes me want to giggle, guys. Okay? I don't know if giggle will come from this, but we'll see. Freedom Day. Juneteenth is Freedom Day, and this is the first year that we get to recognize this in a federal kind of a way. Joe Biden recognized it last year for the first time in a federal kind of way, and we recognize the first freedom from slavery for the African American culture, and that's what this represents today, but it also represents freedom in general. It represents acknowledging the African American culture. And so I looked up online, of course, some tidbits, some of a factual nature to share with you. So I'm gonna just read those. In 1866 was the very first Juneteenth, and that was called Jubilee Day, and it celebrated African Americans in Texas. Was the very first one in 1866, Jubilee Day. How about that? Would you like to be there? You can probably do it on Google if you want to. They had music and prayer services and barbecue and probably dancing and all kinds of things there. That would have been fun. 1979, Juneteenth became recognized in Texas. And then in June of 2021 is when it became a federal holiday. So here we are on the very first Juneteenth. And so I was noticing I Googled, and there was a lot of stuff happening around San Diego this weekend. All kinds of fairs and probably barbecues and everything, things in people's backyard. You know, the African American culture is very exciting. To me, there is a lot happening. You know, I'm white, as you might notice, so I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about the African American culture. So every time I'm involved with that culture, I learn so much because about what happened with the culture, with the clothes, where it came from, what they do, and so it's really fun. And it's really fun about the dancing and about the interactions that people have. And so whenever I get involved in it, I really learn a lot, and it's fun. And so that's why I'm excited to have Juneteenth happen in this kind of way, because, again, it's acknowledging something and recognizing it in a large way that we get to learn about. And so I'm really excited that it gets to happen in this way. So here's a name Kwame Nkrumah, Prime Minister and President of Ghana, quote, says, "Freedom is not something that one people can bestow on another as a gift. They claim it as their own, and none can keep it from them." So again, freedom, it's one of those qualities of God that's on the sheet here, on the banner. And so just acknowledging that in a culture who has fought so hard for it is, it's a pretty amazing thing to acknowledge that it's happening, that it's being manifest in the world. Again, it's acknowledging, seeing God being manifest in something and expressing in the world. It gives us insight into how to bring that about. How does somebody do that? How does somebody bring freedom into the world, How do I do that? Look how they did it. This is how I can do it too. That's exciting. Barack Obama, I love this. Juneteenth has never been a celebration of victory or an acceptance of the way things are. It's a celebration of progress. It's an affirmation that despite the most painful parts of our history, change is possible, and that there is still so much work to do. Barack's pretty amazing too. So looking at both of these, the holiday in general and Father's Day and Juneteenth, what comes to mind for me is a call is for each of us to look at these holidays and look at them through a mindful eye, through a supportive eye, and to see in each one of them, what are you inspired to do? What are we inspired to do? Because in each one of those, there's inspiration, you know? Are we inspired to support someone who's a father? Think of what it takes to be a father. Notice the creator that's involved. Notice the source energy that's involved. Notice consciousness that's there. Notice the space that's needed to do it. Give space for someone to be a father. You know, notice someone that's on a holiday. Be on a holiday yourself. Think of expansive thinking. You know, think of all these things that you might see in another person or allow them in your own life. Create your own Juneteenth. Create freedom for yourself. You know, these are all the things that we can do when we acknowledge these holidays and make them even bigger. You know, bring them into your own life. Support groups that have a cause like that. Some group that hits your heart. Take this idea of Juneteenth and just allow yourself to notice a group that has some kind of cause that touches you and allow yourself to support it. So I want to take this even one step further. And just allow yourself to create a holiday. So you know what I wrote on my paper here? I wrote ad lib. I wrote ad lib because because this is the part of our philosophy of our teaching that gets me so excited, because you know what happens when we do have that idea to create a holiday for ourselves, and this is why I told you, John, to widen the camera angle. Because when we give ourselves that space to create a holiday for ourselves, God touches us. And we get touched in a way that becomes so exciting, and God will wrap its arms around us and say, here's what's for you. Here's what's for me. And it will be so unique and personal to you that you will know, and you'll just say, oh, that's it. That's it. I know it. And it might be a big step. It might be a small step. It might be that way. It might be up or down. But you will know so clearly that it is for you, and you will do it. And it might be something like Juneteenth and this huge holiday, or it might be, I'm going to go give my child a kiss at night before they go to bed. It might be something, you know. For me, it was to go get a new shoulder, which I just did. Or it might be, I don't know what it is for you, but you know, and you know right now what it is. And we always say in Science of Mind that you know before you know. And whatever, but the thing that I'm calling you to do, or calling us to do, is to just allow that voice, we call it intuition a lot of times, that still small voice to say, just to speak. Take that holiday, take that opening, and allow it to speak to you. And you will know, and it will be, I always say to people, God, show me yourself in a way that I can understand. The in a way I can understand part is, and it will be so different for each one of us. Each one of you, it will be, that's the part I get excited about, and I don't quite know words to put it. But that's what I'm supposed to do because I'm a minister. I'm supposed to give words to put it, but I just want you to just hear it in a way that you can hear it, because I'm saying it in a way that you can hear it right now. For me, it comes in this instant feeling, and it's just like a drop in the water, and it says, here, it's there, and I know it, okay? A nudge comes in, you'll nurture it, and when you go in the right direction, you'll know it's there. So they come to you in times when you're on holiday. They come to you when the Father energy is all around you, when you're feeling creative, or there'll be some aspect of your lives that guide you in some certain way. When you're celebrating those Father qualities that allow you to co-create it with energy, source energy all around you. It may be at a time in your life when you're feeling a new sense of freedom, like your own Juneteenth. Or you may be wide open to newness on a holiday, laying on a beach. But Ella Fitzgerald, I love what she said. She said, just don't give up what you're trying to do. Where there is love and inspiration, I don't think you can go wrong. So with all these reminders and holidays to celebrate, we get to walk, we get to look, and we get to listen. Thank you.
You see that 239.
No, 40.
Songs about dads. And I know that not everybody had a great relationship with their dad or even knew their dad. When I first wrote this song, I played it at another local CSL church in a concert. When I got done, a woman approached me and she said, I just love that dad song. And I said, oh, that's great, thanks. And she goes, yeah, my father abused me. And I went, oh. But she said, but that dad song made me think of the dad that I always wished I had. So this is a song called The Dad I Had. Oh, the dad I had was a typical dad. He wasn't perfect, but he wasn't half bad. He's half of why I'm here, and for that I'm glad. Yeah, I'm lucky to have had the dad I had. The dad I had met a girl named Mom. Took her to the senior prom. Stole her from a future dad named Tom. The dad I had met a girl named Mom. And the dad I had worked all his life to have nice things for the kids and wife. He could build him a house with a putty knife. The dad I had, he worked all of his life. And the dad I had, he's awful smart. He could put it back together when I took it apart. He taught me how to whistle and to armpit. Oh, the dad I had, he was awfully smart. And he did the best what he had, and most of what he had, he got from his dad. Dad I had, he was brave and strong. He could whoop 100 other dads all day long. But he never would have done it, see, it would have been wrong. The dad I had, he was brave and strong. And the dad I had, he didn't seem to care about the color of your skin or the cut of your hair. If you did good work, he'd treat you square. The dad I had, he always tried to be fair. dad I had believed in God, did his praying on Sundays with a fishing ride. When he met St. Pete, I hope he got the nod, 'cause the dad I had believed in God, and he did the best he had with what he had, and most of what he had he got from his dad. The dad I had was a typical dad. Wasn't perfect, but he wasn't half bad. He's half of why I'm here, and for that I'm glad. Yeah, I'm lucky to have had the dad, the dad I had. Thank you, thank you. And thanks to the Celebration Singers and the Vision Band.
So now's our time for conscious circulation. And so what we know is that we are always in that river of abundance, and that flow of circulation, and that as it flows in, it flows out. And so we thank you for your contributions to Vision. If this is your place of spiritual food, your donations are welcome here. And so let's pray. So just giving thanks for that food of God and that gift of love that we receive each and every day, knowing that that gift of love is spread here in this community to know the abounding blessing of God. And that right here in this place, it is that gift that spreads out into the world in loving, full, and rich and complete. Blessing to each other, blessing to those that come in, and those that serve the world in that truth of love in all that they do. And so it is.
I'm grateful, so thankful, I stand complete in infinite grace, believing, receiving, I celebrate one life in this place. I'm grateful, so thankful, I stand complete, abundant and free, unlimited, unshakable, the all-sufficient source within me, at one in omnipresent Spirit, the source of all supply. I trust in power without limit, my consciousness held high. I'm grateful, so thankful, I stand complete in infinite grace, believing, receiving, I celebrate one life in this place. I'm grateful, so thankful, I stand complete, abundant and free, unlimited, unshakable, the all-sufficient source within me. I give in conscious circulation, I step into the flow, my good and boundless demonstration, through faith I let it grow. I'm grateful, so thankful, I stand complete in infinite grace, believing, receiving, I celebrate one life in this place. I'm grateful, so thankful, I stand complete, abundant and free, unlimited, unshakable, the all-sufficient source within me. I'm grateful, so thankful. I'm grateful, so thankful. I'm grateful.
So now's the time for the Miracle Minute, and we know that all minutes are miracles. But we don't have any official ones today, so just email those to Reverend Patty if you do have some. That would be great. And just remember that this minute is a miracle. Okay? Yes. Do you have one? Okay, cool.
Today
Do you want to come up to the microphone?
So my miracle minute was truly a miracle. I wanted to go to downtown to visit my friend Billy. I found a parking place.
That is the best miracle I ever heard. Yeah. All right. And so knowing that there are more miracles than that too, we know the next miracle is that it's time for the last word with Johnny Kirko.
It's not so much a miracle, but just fantastic. Hello, everybody online. Join us for our meet and greet right after our celebration. Reverend, I said Billy. Billy Francis mentioned it earlier. There's links available on Facebook as well as our website. Join us for some one-on-one prayer with practitioners, as well as our community abroad. So love to have you be there. On Tuesday evening, we are having our labyrinth right into our space right here. It is summer solstice. So our labyrinth team, led by TK Ekram and Susie, and the team there gets together and puts it and Reverend Sam. So what we do is we move the chairs to the side and we put the labyrinth in the middle of the room. It's from 4 to 6 on this Tuesday. So join us for that. You get to come and do just a deep walk within our labyrinth. Love to have you. On Wednesday evening, we are showing the movie Soul. It's a cool little movie. I haven't seen it yet, from Pixar. So it's a really good movie. I'm hearing really good things. Great music, great little animated stuff. So we start at 7 o'clock. Popcorn will be popping in there. It's really a fun night. Join us for just a little community. Love to have you be here. Also, next week, we're also showing a movie called Embrace. And it's a movie Reverend Patty recommended it because we're talking about body this month. And it's about loving your body as it is. So that movie will be next week, just mentioning it to you. Speaking of Reverend Patty, next week Reverend Patty will be back. Her talk title is Body of Work, as we finish off the month of June. And we are going to have the Higher Vision Choir led by Mr. James Vandenberg. Can't wait to have him. I want to give a big shout out to Reverend Sam today for his guest speaking today. Thank you, Reverend Sam, and Billy Francis filling in for Reverend Patty. She does a fantastic job. And for Joe Rathburn and his fantastic music. Love Joe and his dad's music. So we'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John. So now is our time for affirmations, which are up there. So that's where I'm going to read them from, too. So, all rise, yes. I walk and move with assurance, poise, and personal power. Radiating confidence, I walk with dignity. The sacred masculine within me listens with an open ear. 1. I'm hearing 1. Okay, let's do 1. I walk and move with assurance, poise, and personal power. Wow. All right. So let's have a prayer. And so giving thanks to God for this day and knowing that we are here in service, in love, in grace, in freedom, and creation, knowing that this place has given us that here and now, knowing that as we leave and serve the world, that we are doing that with a place of power and groundedness and hope, knowing that it is from that place within that is giving us that energy, that knowingness, that service that we have come together this day to enliven ourselves in that embrace of good, of God, of wholeness and peace. And so giving thanks for each one here, I know that we are here in truth giving thanks. I simply let it be, and so it is.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was blessed